Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're installing headlights and fog lights on a Jeep Wrangler Sport. Okay, now this right here, let me turn it around for you. Now this right here is where we got all of our products from today that we're installing. Um, we're in the Tennessee, the Chattanooga, Tennessee warehouse. So that's where we get all our stuff. And at the end of this, I'll put everything down in the description of where you can get it and who you can talk to and all that. But this is right here is what we're working on today. Okay, now I've already done it. But what you have to do is get a drill, and you have to stick your drill right in there and drill that center out. You have to drill that center out. So after you drill that center out, you can pull this out. Now it's supposed to be threaded so you can do it with a Phillips screwdriver, but that did not work for me. So I had to drill that out, and then once you drill that out, all of this right here will come out with it. And let's see how it goes back in. All right. I actually just figured out that you don't just take the center part out. You actually have to take the whole piece out. So make sure when you're taking these center pieces out, don't just take the center piece out. Take the whole piece out. So I got to go back and take this piece out, that piece out, and that piece out, because I haven't really done that one yet. So, all right. Okay, now to show you the right way, you have to take this piece, have it popped up, and then get down below there. Well, wait a minute. Get down below there, and the whole piece comes out like that. That's the way to do it. Okay, and then when you get all the top ones taken out, you look down in there, you got some pieces that right here, well, let's see where I'm at. Yeah, right here, you have to take that piece out. Well, it just pops. See, just push this down in there like this, and you just pry that out just like that. Easy peasy. So, and you have 4 of those you have to do also. Pry those 4 out, and then the whole thing should pop out. Okay, I did find 2 that was pretty tricky to get to. You see this right here? If you would have pulled this back a little bit, you can see in there. But it actually, that's it right there. You got one on this side, and you got one on this side. It actually just pops. It just pops right out. But I wouldn't be aggressive with it. I would just wiggle with it as much as you can, you know, just to be safe and be on the cautious, be on the safe side. All right. Okay, you got some pretty simple tabs right here. These little red tabs, they actually pop. They pop out that way, and then you get over here, and well, it's actually on the back side, ain't it? But yeah, you can. Well, I guess you could take that light out too. How about that? Yeah, you could either take the light out, or you could pop that out, which all it does is just pulls this right here off. But I think I'd rather just take the whole light out and don't have to worry about nothing. Okay, that worked out good too. All right. So now I took all of that off to try to pull this out even easier. Let's see if it'll come out a little easier now since I got that off. Well, yes. Oh man, so yeah. So to get this bottom piece right here off, you do have to take the grill out. So, which you got to do it anyway. If you're replacing, you see how bad these headlights are? If you're replacing the headlights, you got to take the grill off anyway. So if you're taking the fog lights out by itself, you still got to take the grill off. So, you know, you got to take the grill off no matter what. All right. So now with this right here, all you have to do is get this tool right here that's got a bunch of different stars or hex or whatever you call them. I call them stars, but and then it's like the 3rd one from the bottom, and then you take that, put it in there, and then all of these will twist, will twist out. But it's kind of hard to do with one hand. Okay, to show you here, I took all 4 of those out, and then on the back side of here, you have, you know, another, which I believe this one will have to be done, because I don't believe you can, yeah, take that like that, and then press down on this. Still need 2 hands. All right, 1 down, and over here we got 1 more to go. Let's see here. Oh, where's my stuff? I need this. Let's see if I can do, at least kind of get you started on what it looks like. Take them all off right here. Okay, so then after you take the screws out, light pops right out. Then you get that red piece in there, flip it back, and then kind of whip. Man, this is really hard to do with one hand. Okay, so you just flip the red piece up, push the green piece down right there, and it pulls right out, but it's just hard to do with one hand. Now here are the goodies. See, these are the LED, these are for the bottom here. And then we have the ones, oh, let me get right here. We have the ones for the top. For those right there, we switch with these. Let's kind of open this so you'll see. And for some reason, I've seen people that buy them in a set, but we had to buy ours separately. I don't know why that is, but we did. We bought them separately, and we've seen a lot about them, so we already know we're gonna like them. But and this right here is and that right there is the fog lights. Yeah, that's what I meant to say earlier, fog lights. So some people will show you that you actually have to take that bottom piece out. I did not. Some people will show you that you have to take this bumper off. And I can see, you know, everything right there that I'm gonna need. Everything should pull right out. See, I've got 1, 2, I should have 4 screws on each side. There's 1 screw there, 1 screw there, and I can see everything. So hopefully this is going to come out, you know, pretty easy. So let's continue. Now the top ones was a little more difficult. I probably could have used this camera to help me out a little bit, but I actually got them all, and they seem to be, you know, pretty good. So you just have to pull the whole thing out like this. You see, I just pulled the whole thing out, and now I'll unplug that and take this part out, and I will replace it. Well, no, this whole thing might go in. I never noticed that. So let me see if this whole thing will fit in there, and I should be able to just unplug that and plug it into mine. All right, let's see how that works. Okay, now something is not going right. This right here should go into that right there. Well, that right there should go into that right there. And this right here, the housing is too big. So there is going to have to be some cutting and splicing. Got to cut these 2 and connect them to those 2. So this would go into there. So I'm glad, you know, we did get this, but it's not exactly how he told me it was going to be. But, you know, that's no big deal. So we're going to hold off on that right now, and we're going to go to the headlights and see how that works. Now this is going to be, I think this will work. This will work, but this is going to be a pretty interesting process also. Now the reason this is going to be a pretty interesting process is because, okay, this has to go in there. Okay, now that goes in there, but this goes, well, no, that goes in there. And the reason I need this is they said this is a balancer. It keeps it from, I guess, bobbing up and down or something, but I definitely need this. So, and then this plugs into this. So that's a pretty good bit going into that hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in through the bottom and kind of force this down, force that down like that, run everything in that big hole right there, and then bring it back out that hole and into the lamp. So let's see how that works. Okay, what I've done is everything's off in there, and then the balancer and everything's in there, and then I hook that to that. So I'm gonna push this the rest of the way down in there like that. And the only thing I need sticking out, is this, and this will go to my light bulb. All right, let's hook that up. Now I already knew I was going to need some stuff for the daytime running lights, but whenever I get the stuff for the fog lights, you know, to splice them in and make them work, is when I'll get the stuff, I'll get it all together. So I already knew I need that, and that will be coming. Here's a quick hint to let you know if you've got it in right. You've got a notch here and you've got a notch here. Now those notches will fit. One will fit there, then over here one will fit there, and then you've got one at the bottom. So you've got, well, one here, and then you've got one here, and then you've got like one right under here, right here. So that's how you know you got it in right. All right. Now, you know, hold on to these lights until you get the complete assembly done, because you will need this ring right here, because these the holes and stuff actually goes, you know, in those holes and stuff like that. So definitely hold on to this ring, and I'm fixing to switch the ring out now. And the ring is kind of self-explanatory. You know, you got a screw hole there, you got a screw hole there, screw hole there, screw hole there. So it's kind of self-explanatory, but that's it for those who wanted to know. And now let's go and screw it in. One thing I don't do is tighten one screw in at a time. I get them all in there just a little bit, just snug enough, and then I go back and I'll do this one, I'll do this one, I'll do this one, then I'll do this one. Just because it's aluminum, and that's always the way I've done aluminum wheels, so it's a pattern. I go by a pattern. All right. One thing I will say, these little notches right here, like here and there, and over here, there, and there, they help you actually keep everything in line, so it will look good. That's looking good so far. I should have left the other one in so you can see the difference, but yeah. Well, here, let me do this. Okay, now we can see the difference. See that one and see that one. The transformation this is going to make just from that right there, it's going to be incredible. Okay, we got it in there. I ain't got the bezel on it yet, but got that side with the bezel. This side's fixing to get the bezel, but they're both in there. I ran this one a little bit different. You know, I put some of the stuff right there, and so it just wherever you can fit it. You might find better places. If you can find better places, just leave it, you know, in my comments, and we could probably get in here and change this out in no time, if I like it. All right. one thing I always do, I always just put them in. Always put them in first, and then snug them down last, just so they fit inside, you know, these notches right here and right here, these notches. You'll see. So I guess we're going to pretend that these are the new ones. And what we need to do is when you put them back in, see that screw right there? That's your adjustment screw. And that screw needs to be facing down, because this hole, yeah, that hole right there, you stick the Phillips head screwdriver. You have to lay on the ground, stick the Phillips head screwdriver through that hole, and it reaches this adjustment screw right here, and that's how you adjust your fog lights. Yep, you got one hole over here, and you got one, where's that? You got one hole right there, and there's your adjustment screw, there's your hole, and you stick the Phillips screwdriver right there. All right, now all we have left to do is to put it, well, let me back up. All we have left to do is just to put the grill back on. Well, put this piece in first. You have to put this piece in first, because you know we took the grill off to get that piece off. So put that piece back in and then put the grill on, and you should be good. Okay, let's go over the things that I used to put the headlights and fog lights in. I used a 532 drill bit, and I used a Phillips screwdriver. I used a pair of pliers just to, you know, pop that out once I got to that point. There's another, okay, I used a flathead screwdriver on all of this right here. And I don't know what's, actually, I used a T15 to take out the lights. A T15 for the lights, and I used a Phillips head screwdriver to take out the 4 screws on the fog lights. All right, thank you. Got the headlights in. Man, I think they look great. Didn't get the fog lights in, as you've seen. I had to splice some wires, so I just decided to send them back and see if they can send me the right adapters. If they can't send me the right adapters, then, you know, of course I'll splice the wires, but I don't want to do it if I don't have to. All right, guys, appreciate you watching. Be good to yourself, and please be good to others.